Al Jackson joins us.
My balls.
Al, I thought Lil Jon was Robin Hood's buddy. I am so unhip.
Yeah.
Al, why are there so many Lils in the world of hip hop?
I don't know, but it doesn't work out for them a lot just because they don't realize that they are going to age. You know, because when you start rapping, you're 14, 12, whatever, and then you're 39 with 4 kids, and you don't like it. So you've seen, because Lil Bow Wow, he just went to Bow Wow.
Right.
You know, there have been some transitions. Lil Wayne kind of went to Wheezy.
Mm-hmm. Isn't that the lady on Good Times?
The Jefferson.
No, Jefferson. Wheezy?
The original Wheezy. Yes.
Oh, the OG. I know that.
Yeah.
I'm learning that.
Yeah, you know OG.
OG. Yeah. Seriously, wasn't Stevie Wonder, the great Stevie Wonder, wasn't he little Stevie Wonder in the beginning? I think so.
Yeah, he was.
I think so. You gotta really think about your name, and if you want this to be your name long term. Like when you pick Sting, like that's always gonna work.
Right.
Yeah. Lil Jon, it's gonna be great when you're, especially if you're diminutive in stature. When you're 19, you're kind of fun. But then when you're a grown man, the term Lil, you just never want that applied to you, ever.
Little Richard got away with it, but...
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
But he was kind of he was a unique performer.
Yeah, it fit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was...
I always think about Little Richard and having that personality when he had it.
Oh.
Because we're in a much more inclusive time now where you're like, oh, RuPaul, who cares? But like Little Richard, with that personality, just coming, like, he couldn't turn that off if he wanted to.
Yeah, did people just ignore that aspect?
They did. I don't think that they were aware.
I mean, he's so good, and who cares? But
could the same thing be said of someone like Paul Lynde?
Yeah, or Liberace.
Liberace was
yeah.
Well, I didn't see that coming.
But they didn't, though. A lot of people were just like, still can't find the right lady.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, confirmed. We the term used to be confirmed bachelor.
I think the Liberace's fan base was older ladies, and they were, oh, he's so pretty. Mm-hmm. I mean, he just needs to find the right woman.
But Little Richard was otherworldly. There was anything like him. And the fact that he was a musical genius also helps. I think there are things you can get away with when you're so original and terrific.
There is something inside of us as human beings, Tom, to your point that we know when we're seeing something special, and you're never going to put that aside because you might speculate on somebody's personal life. I mean, you'd be a fool.
Yeah, that would be foolish.
You're not going to listen to Bowie? Come on.
Yeah.
Well, what about Michael Jackson? I mean, there was a couple decades of looking the other way.
Well, potential criminal activity is different than...
I don't know.
You don't then
having a flamboyant style,
right? Yeah. Of course, it's different.
You want to take back that? I don't know.
It should be illegal to be that stylish.
I'm just saying it with respect to the audience.
I mean,
ignoring the facts.
Everybody. I mean, if you think about, let's not even go back to the '80s with Michael Jackson. We just interviewed one of the Playboy bunnies that wrote a book, and if you think about like what was on ETV in the early 2000s. Bobby Brown and Whitney Houston were openly disintegrating on drugs on TV.
Yeah.
The Girls Next Door was like a 90-year-old man tongue-kissing 18-year-olds with his harem. There was like Anna Nicole Smith was like spiraling, hey, guy, trim spa.
Yeah.
And no one it wasn't, it was like, it doesn't seem that long ago, but it was a different time.
Yeah. Trainwreck TV.
Gross.
Well, in any event, I was just asking about Lil Wayne and what about Kid? Like, is Kid Rock going to have to change his name to Adult Rock?
I got a couple names for him.
Potential boyfriend?
No, that's definitely not one.
Ex-lover.
Al, I want to get your opinion on something. Now, Al, I know that you do have a tattoo.
I do. I have one.
Yeah, and I believe it's in honor of someone.
It is my grandmother,
which is nice. We have a news story this
Marcella.
We have a news story this morning about a place in your home state of Ohio.
Oh, goodness.
That is preserving tattoos of the deceased. I don't know. It just seems to me to be super creepy.
Wait, who is preserving them and who are they for? The loved ones that are left?
Yes. Left
they
behind.
Put them in lucite or something, like an old stamp?
Yeah, they you can have Uncle Clarence's tattoo is cut away from his body after he's dead, and they preserve it somehow, and they frame it and everything. I just think it's
Tattoos don't
weird.
age well when you're alive.
Yeah.
Yeah, these are
Have
in
you
like
ever seen
special.
a tattoo from like 2002 Spring Break? Some faded dolphin.
Oh, that's nice Sugar Ray tattoo.
They're always going to be making music, man.
Oh, that's Aunt Gertrude's tramp stamp. Lovely, isn't it?
I have a lot of friends that have the Dave Matthews Dancing Girl.
Oh, yeah.
That thing. I have a lot of friends. A
Really?
lot. Yes.
Huh.
Yep.
Did you guys think that the cover up tattoo business would be bigger? Or is it just that I heard it hurts like a son of a gun?
I mean,
and that's why
the
people-
removal or the cover up?
The removal. Yeah, I guess probably.
Jess is
maybe
getting
people
some
go for a
removed
cover.
right now, right?
Yes, I'm getting the bottom half of my sleeve on my left arm removed.
And the pain is exquisite.
It's insane. It's far worse than actually getting the tattoo, but
Stop it.
But yes, it is. It's so much worse, but it lasts less time. So it is a burning sensation that you can't imagine for about 10 to 20 minutes.
Like when you pee.
No.
Oh, no,
Yeah,
that's
you
me.
know.
And you can't get hepatitis getting it removed.
2002. Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
sorry.
Yeah, that is. You are a gangsta for doing that.
I just thought that was a really awful thing to do to somebody. I don't know.
Yeah, it is strange.
And then we had a story yesterday, Al Jackson, about a woman who was presented with her grandmother's fake boobs that were removed from the decedent prior to the cremation. And
There you go, honey.
placed in a box. And said,
She wanted you to
Did she?
have the.
Did she keep them over the mantle as well?
Isn't that lovely?
Yeah.
Why
yeah.
wouldn't you, if you had a picture of grandma, a painting of grandma, and put the boobs up there where they
On
should
the-
go?
Make it
That's
3D.
funny.
Make
On
it
the
3D.
paint- Yes,
Yeah.
make it 3D.
Yes.
That would be
It's
wonderful.
what she would have wanted.
Yes, exactly.
Or
right.
Jess, what was your idea for the implants?
You put them in one of those travel pillows, and then you just,
Yeah, right around your head.
rest up.
Repurposing, absolutely. I could see like somebody that like kind of lives, off the grid a little bit. It's like, look, we've repurposed all these extra boobs they were laying around, and I made myself a little waterbed.
Did you ever feel more cozy than when you were nestled in grandmother's bosom? Now you can have that.
There was an awful lot of quiet when you asked that question.
Now,
I feel like we were all being wistful.
did you
a
think I
little
was
bit.
just being me and not a potential spokesperson?
No, I was remembering. How
Now, Al Jackson, you grew up a Cleveland Browns fan. You now live in
did.
Colorado. Do you want to make a pick for the Super Bowl?
Yes. Here, it's weird. I'm going to go with the 49ers. And here's why.
Okay.
It's weird that the Chiefs are underdogs. I don't think they should be. I just have this thing, I like to look at the sports lines for leisure. And I will tell you this, one thing that you rarely ever see is two great games in a row by one player. And Travis Kelce, was he perfect last week or dang near?
Pretty
10
close.
for 10, 11. Yeah.
Yeah.
That never happens twice in a row. Trust me. I've learned the hard way. So it's just hard to have two great games. So depending on the Chiefs wide receivers, I don't know if I want to put my money on that. So I'm going with the 49ers. And Brock Purdy, how is this not a bigger story? Mr. Irrelevant. This is like a Disney movie.
Yeah.
I've got a feeling this Sunday he's going to remind everyone
Why?
that he was the last player chosen
Oh, no.
in the National Football League draft.
Well, all the more reason to watch that there's a little bit of a difference in opinion.
Yeah,
That's nice
well,
to
see,
know.
to Chick's point, that's a great out for him. If he has a terrible game, he could just
Sure.
take to the podium and be like, I was trying to remind you why I was picked last. You guys kept piping me up. I was doing you a favor.
And then my favorite story that Chick came up with this week was there are so many reporters covering this, and they run out of things to talk about. And God knows where some of these guys get their credentials. A guy, tell him, Chick, what did the guy ask Purdy?
The guy asked Brock Purdy, hey, Brock, are you aware of this internet sensation right now where people are comparing you? They're saying you look exactly like Lee Harvey Oswald.
Just that question.
Yeah.
How do you
Puts
respond to
on the
that?
radar?
Yeah.
You respond by saying thanks. Now I have to change my email address.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Every psycho,
Yeah.
Kennedy assassination, whatever, and somebody's still alive, and the government. they are going to be Brock Purdy is a plant. He's actually 59 years old.
But it ruins it for the rest of us that we can't get access because they think we're going to do some kind of gotcha question that is.
Well, sadly, that's the only thing that normal people just want to hear like what he has to say. What are your thoughts on the Super Bowl that you're playing in 72 hours? We're interested. But if you run a goofy website called Girls Want to Know or something, then you have to ask a stupid question like, are you butts or boobs? Talk to us.
Yeah, I was going to ask, speaking of stupid questions, do you think any of the opposing players, when they do the chat trying to get him upset, do you think they say to Brock Purdy, "You got a purty mouth, boy," or is the movie Deliverance, whatever it is, 50 years old, that none of the guys would even get the reference?
I think their fathers would.
Yeah, so it's not going to work on the field.
Maybe they just think that your dad was a dentist, and you're like, "Oh, thank you."
There you go.
That's it.
I'm looking at pictures of Brock Purdy. He looks exactly like Lee Harvey Oswald.
Gosh, he does.
He does. I didn't say he didn't. I'm just saying.
I had no idea how closely he resembled him.
Okay, that's on that note.
Yeah.
Our guest is comedian Al Jackson. Al's got a couple new projects floating around the ether right now. Al, how do you access them, please?
Oh, anywhere you stream your music, you can get my album In Earnest. That's my comedy album. Or you can get my musical album, Cadence as a Weapon.
All right.
So, yes.
Now, Al, traditionally, this segment is designed to make me slightly hipper. I know some of you are saying that's not possible. But you usually give me a word or a phrase, and I have to identify it and then learn to use it. What have we got this week?
Tom, I heard this phrase twice from two different women. It is a phrase you have definitely heard or will hear in the next 48 hours, and you have to know what it means. So
was the phrase from two different women, "Be quiet and go away"?
They were both like, yes, it was number 6. Step forward. I will.
What's the phrase?
The phrase is the ick.
The ick.
Yeah.
That is the it.
You know
phrase.
what this is?
Oh, yeah.
Jess knows. Yeah. You hear that?
Yeah.
Isn't the ick actually a disease?
No.
For fish.
Oh,
yes,
it is?
Yeah, fish get
the
ick.
fish has the ick.
Spelled the same
what
way?
is that?
Yeah, your goldfish.
ICK. I think.
ICK, yeah.
It'll take out the goldfish, right?
No kidding.
Yeah.
But this is obviously something different. Is ick a shortened version of sick? Is that...
No, you were kind of on the right track before. Don't think fish disease, but just like what does ick mean?
Think of like how you feel when you do say it. Yeah.
You're not feeling well? I've got the ick?
Kind of.
That means something has a gross factor or a creep factor, right?
Yeah, it's the vibe. There's that person has the ick. Like there's something cringy about them.
Yes. And it's like, and Jess, you can speak to this better than I can, because I feel like it's a phrase mostly used by women, but it's not something terrible. Like, my boyfriend Josh, he doesn't bathe. That's not the ick is just like, he does a weird, like when he wants a kiss, he goes like that. And you're like, oh, don't do that.
Yeah, I don't like the way.
It's a little thing that like makes your spine tingle.
Yeah.
Yeah, he hums the Rocky theme in bed.
Yeah.
That could be icky. Yeah.
Right.
Just before the moment.
Right.
Hey, baby, your signal is when I go. Da, 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 da.
Oh, no? Okay.
Al Jackson, very handsome man. Al is one of the hosts of the Daily Blast Live. You can watch him on your TV. You can watch him on your computer. By my watch right now, Al, we have time for one more phrase if you've got something in the quiver over there.
Oh, Tom, I do. Let's do one that you should know. So, because I want to end on a good note. Tom, what does the phrase "doing the most" mean? Doing the most. When would you use that
I
phrase?
assume you said a positive thing.
No, not necessarily.
No. Yeah, not
So
necessarily.
you know this one too?
Yeah.
Use it in a sentence for me.
Maybe let's see. This woman, she had so much gold jewelry on and all this heavy makeup and her outfit was all over the place. Like she was doing the most.
Ah, I see.
That's perfect.
Yeah.
And a little too much of everything.
Yeah.
Yeah. like just over the top, kind of unnecessarily. Like, what are
Right.
you doing? Like, yeah, you didn't need to get a bounce house for your retirement. Like you're doing.
Yeah, I was at the gym the other day, and there was a lady in the gym when it came to perfume. She was doing the most.
Yeah.
I had to move to a different machine. She smelled so bad. Lady,
Our
whatever you're
makeup
doing.
stylist. Tom, you said something. You just triggered something really quick. Yesterday, I was talking to our makeup stylist, Jure, and he said he had to leave the gym yesterday morning because there was a woman that just smelled like deli meat. He was like, it destroyed his. He said he left. And like it, like mentally, he couldn't. It was like by the time he located it, and you know when you're sweating, it's literally coming out of your pores, but it's mixed with human. And it was so weird. Ugh.
Yeah.
Sorry.
I was at a sushi place and I moved because the smell of patchouli was overwhelming coming from the next booth. I leaned over as I was leaving and I said, hey, I once saw Jerry Garcia solo live in Berkeley. Good luck with the patchouli. Al Jackson. It's always a great pleasure, Al. Watch him on the Daily Blast Live. Thank you, sir.
Hippies like you were in Dragnet.
Yeah, he does.
Guys, I love you all.
Bye, Al.